Hello and welcome back. I'm out cutting sticks for my small little crafting operation, folklore hiking sticks. I've cut here once before. I took you with me on that one and we went to the left hand side of the gate I've just come through, but we're taking a different part of the valley today and go down and see what I can harvest down here. It's extremely wet. We've had a lot of rain, but time is beginning to run out, so I'm going to make my way down to the hedgerow and have a look and obviously bring you guys along. Right, we're going down to that, well, basic little bit of a hedgerow. There is a river and a stream running down through there, and as you can see, this valley wraps all the way around the top of the hill. It goes on for sort of like possibly a mile and a half, but we're not going to be going that far today. I'm going to try and get two bundles of sticks or 2 cuts, and then I'll have to call it a day today, because it's obviously going to eat a lot of time just doing that. Now this valley is quite deceptive, because if you look up there you'll see a hedge and it continues to go up for another 4 fields. So we have started pretty much in this valley at the bottom point of it. It is quite a steep and long hill. Right, I've made my way down here. This would have been an entrance into this area down here. They did fence it off a fair way back from the boundary, which is that hedge over there, quite simply because it's so boggy. They didn't want any calves or lambs to get caught up in here. But yeah, this is going to be a difficult one, and I can see one already. I'm going to take this one. So I've just cleared a little area. I can actually scrabble up over this little hazel tree that's grown by the gate. You can see how long it is since somebody's been into this part of the ground. That hazel tree's got to be 10 or 15 years old, and it's completely outgrown the gateway. So I'm going to climb up, go over into this area. I won't take my strap because I'll cut a few, bring back and throw over this side. It's going to be very difficult boggy going, and yeah, I'm going to have to work for these sticks. Let's get in there. Now I'm looking up this way and I think I can see some stands of hazel that I can get a few from, but there is a tree down here that looks like it's got good potential right in front of me. It is quite boggy there. I'll just let you have a look. There, you can see just along there it's really boggy there, but that's a hazel tree that I think I'm going to have a quick look at. Incidentally, this is the stream that starts in my back hedge right outside my property. Right, let's push through this. When growing season starts, you can see all these brambles and nettles. It really does become impassable here, and this bit of ground here floods out. Let's have a look at the stream. Right, this small stream actually starts at the back of my house actually. Doesn't look much, but as it goes down through the valley, obviously it gets bigger and bigger till it joins the main river. But when we get a lot of water, all this like kind of floodplain floods. Right, let's get over and have a look at this hazel tree. Yeah, you can't even move in here when it's the actual growing season. there is actually, you can actually walk along the boundary hedge. Is there anything there for me? That's not hazel, that's alder. Or elderberry tree. Not alder, elderberry tree. Said that wrong. Alright, let's make myself a bit more mobile and get past all this. Right. You'll probably see a bit of a river on the opposite side. It splits either side of this hedge. Right. Yeah, what I'm showing you here, this bit of the stream, isn't actually the river. It's the kind of flood area. And you can see a bit of the dam up here. Look at it. You wouldn't want to go in there, folks. You would sink up to, well, you'd probably be over your head. Right. Looks like there's some daffodils coming out. Right, across the other side. I'm not having a lot of luck seeing any hazel worth taking. Yeah, here's the actual river. Over here. There it is. Obviously I don't have permission to go that side of the river because that's somebody else's ground. But anything along here, it did flood out during those that wet weather really badly. Look at it. Look at it. Right. Oh, there's a couple hazel shoots. I can take that one and that one. Right, I'm going to get these. Right, I've cut those and I'm not going to carry them with me. Quite simply, I've managed to get 4 there, and with the one I've just got over the hedge back there, that makes 5 so far. Once I get about 10, that'll be a bundle for me. I've put them where I have done, quite simply to block my pathway so I won't lose them, and you'll be surprised how many sticks I've put down, said I'm going to come back to them. Can I find them for love nor money? They've been lost to the forest floor. It's a footpath actually coming down possibly 3 fields over from here, and it goes down to a holy well. I will actually, it's not a big long footpath, but obviously it's local to me. I will bring you along to that one. But for today, let's crack on with this. So that's 4 there. This is the big old holly tree, and I can see a few pieces I can make some nice sticks with. But let's crack on around here. You can see where I've taken. I've got a few left. But let's carry on. Yeah, you wouldn't want to go in here. This whole area totally flooded out. What's happening here? I thought I saw one. Yes, I did. There. You can probably see it with me. This one here, I'm going to get this one. I had to go to the folding saw because quite simply I can't get the cutter around it. So let's see what I've got here. There, that was relatively easy. This is a nice lightweight one, but I'm after a few lightweight ones at the moment. Oh. There it is. Right, let's take that with me and we'll find some more and create another bundle to pick up on the way back. Now this is stick harvesting in its rawest sense. I'm in a really isolated, difficult to access area. I'm surrounded by nature. Like I've said to you before, this is the bit of ground which all the deer, foxes, squirrels and everything that makes its way up to the village uses it. This little, I'm guessing 50 metre wide bit of ground, which is fenced off from the valley that side to the ground on the opposite side, is like the highway that's used by all the wildlife to get up to the better grounds to feed. So yeah, this is really with nature in here. But having said that, nature doesn't make it easy for you to move around in here. And I can see some nice hazel, oh not hazel, that's holly. That's more young holly. There's one or two there I can get. You can see there's probably a deer track there, but I'm not going to crouch down there. I'm going to go around the side here. Let's hope these leaves have enough. Yeah, this holding me. Right. Yeah. I know you're thinking, why don't I just take the holly while I'm here? Well, I take what my primary species and I'll come back for the holly. Look at that, these daffodils have got some heads coming on them. They're quite early even for us down here. Oh, quite a lot of them actually. There. It's going to look really nice down here when they all come out. I'm actually weaving my way through, not standing on them. Right, it's starting to get quite boggy and difficult terrain. I did mention that I've done a video where I followed this river from mine all the way down to the main river, and this is only kind of an introductory to the type of terrain you've got to go through. It was really hard going, but for me, I think I'm going to pick up the ones I've already cut, get to that gateway and move further down through the valley. For me, it's just going to be too much to push through harvesting here. Right, I can come around, but I'd have to push through all this, and there isn't any real reason for me to do that. If I was really struggling for a location to cut and this is all I had, yes, I would make the effort. But I'm going to push down to see if I can find an easier spot to harvest and potentially you know, some better cutting conditions. I've just walked along the fence line and there would be access into the bit of land I'm allowed to harvest on, but if you look along there, there's nothing really to go in there for. There is some elder there, but other than that, I'm not really that interested. The river's well on the other side of the hedge there. It comes backwards and forwards. Looks like there may be some oak there. I'm just going to pop down and have a look. Is it going to be worth my while harvesting it here? I'm noting everything I don't take, I am noting. There is some oak there. Right, let's have a look. Right, I haven't got my goggles, so I'm not putting any of my eyes in danger. I'm not going to really ferret around in here too much, because it's only a quick harvest. But the tree I'm looking at, there is hazel that's wrapping around a bit of an oak tree here, and there's a few shoots of hazel I can take, I think. Yet again, more heavy gauge stuff, but I'm getting to the point, I'm looking at what I've got up there, 6 pieces. I want to at least come away with 12. 12 pieces allows me to say I've had a, you know, a good harvest. Anything above 6, it's been worth coming out for. But I don't think I'm going to get that second bundle today. This is bushwhacking style stick harvesting. It's real hard work. It's, well, basically, and you don't get the volume of numbers when you're stick harvesting in this manner. There's one I'm going to take there and one over there. That gives me the grand total of 8 pieces so far. I'm identifying it by the leaves that are dried up and shriveled actually on the actual tree still. And these are hazel. Right. There is some very small lime green buds. So I think, well, I think this year we could be in for an early flurry of leaves. That's an old wives' tale there. Throw this up the bank. Right. Right. Right, there's a stand of hazel here, as you can see, and I can probably get 3 or 4 from there, which are the right size for me. So it's been worth scrabbling through this undergrowth. You can see the stream is meandering along this side. The main body of the river is just on the opposite side of this hedgerow. Obviously I can't go past this line because, quite simply, obviously it's I don't have permission, like I said, but you can evidently see where I can go because it's fenced off. but further down the river does cut into this side more. But let's get these and let's get my count up. Right, I'm just going to go down into this cattle hollow. They've kind of hollowed it out to get down here and drink, and in the summer months just to get out of the sun. Come across here. I can stand on this bank, I just can't go over it. Yeah, that's a river. And as you can see, there's a nice little stream there. Right, I'm going to get out of this mire. Get up here. Right. Right, I've got to work out where this hedge disappears off to my left and leaves me somewhere down here. There's like a massive island of ground that's surrounded by both rivers. And if memory serves me right, there was a real nice, well, it looked like it was a real nice piece of ground to go harvesting. But that actually is the boundary along there. I don't know how much further down through this valley. I could go on for possibly a mile and a quarter yet. I don't have the time, like I said. So I'm just going to scout down here. If I do harvest anything, it's got to be what I can carry with my bare hands, because I've left my bundle back where I was harvesting there. Well, this ain't too bad for an office job, is it? Now, we're beginning to leave the farm behind and we're pretty much starting to get out into the open agricultural land. It's not remote, don't get me wrong, but you're quite a way away from other farms and houses. And if you ain't got planes going overhead like now, you can really get lost in the moment and just enjoy being outside. Right, the hedge is beginning to move a bit further away from me because it's beginning to get all boggy and reedy. So that's not a good sign for somebody who's looking to harvest sticks. But I'm walking down to a patch of trees there. I'm hoping I run across that bit that I remember, and it's literally just by memory. It could be half a mile away. I think I may have to call it a day with what I've harvested there. It's just taken me so long to get those pieces. Right, you can see how steep some parts of this valley do get. Those trees are deceptive because it goes on for, like I said, another 4 fields behind this. But you can see there's been a little bit of a landslip there where the ground is given away. There is the farmer said that he filled a mine in many years ago, but he says you'll know where it is because you'll see a load of like reddish brown water coming out of it. It's still producing water, so we may stumble across that. That's if I don't trip up. There's a woodland in there, but that's on the opposite side. Nothing for me to harvest here. Alright, I've been walking a fair way now. You can see the slope in the field. It's getting more severe as we go on into the valley. And you can see on the opposite side it's getting steeper as well. Looks like a load of shale or rocks. And this looks suspiciously like a little bit of a spoil heap here. I wonder if we will find that mine. There you can see the rivers come at this side of the actual hedge now. But over there's an area that's been fenced off. I'm intrigued. There's another area scooped out here with like rocks. Let's go over and have a look. It's pretty boggy. Whoa, this must be the reddish brown water that he was talking about when you see it. There you go. It's just literally bubbling up from in there. If this was a mine shaft that was filled years ago, they did a pretty good job of it. But all that water must be under such pressure. You look at that. Oh, well, like I said, it goes 167 meters above this point here. So if they went into the ground and were going up through there, any water by the time it gets down here must be under a lot of pressure. Still, this ain't helping me find sticks. Right, and for another day is to continue on down here. In the distance you might just see a massive forest, and that's where we eventually end up. Well, in amongst that you can see all the tadpoles and the frog spawn. Loads of it there. Some more there and over there. This is absolutely treacherous. Right, let's get out of here. So I've got 10 or 12 pieces, I'm sure of that. So that's the end of this harvest. I've got to get home. It's the school holidays and I can only really put a couple hours to this. I've recce'd all this part of the valley here, and I don't think it's worth me investing much time here. Anything that would be here is on the opposite side of the hedge and in somebody else's land. I don't have permission to go there. That field I just showed you, that looks like it's got potential. But I think possibly for me, ironically, it could be better, by just what I'm seeing, heading up the valley to my back edge. So we'll explore that at some point. But for me now, I think it's time for me to get out of here and get home and rack those pieces I've already got. Whew. I'm going to have a cup of coffee before I get out with the kids and do stuff with them. I've also got sticks to wrap, so I got to start making things happen. So every hiking stick of mine comes with a story like this at the very start of its life, before it's even crafted. It's down in valleys like this in North Cornwall that I'm scampering around in all those quiet, out of the way places, seeking, hunting, and basically trying to find the best hiking sticks I can. Yeah, every single one of my hiking sticks has a story, and for the ones I've harvested today, you can see that story. You can see where they've come from. Here in Cornwall, a small quiet little valley. You know, it's just everything I say about my product. It is really, you know, a small time Cornish crafter out doing what you're seeing me do here now. Nobody else is harvesting for me. It's all at my own hands, my own blood, sweat and tears. I've scratched my hands up now and I'm bleeding, but yeah, that's what I like to think I transmit through some of these videos, the effort and that little bit of magic that comes with, you know, my hiking sticks, where they come from. You see the complete journey, and I just hope a little bit of Cornish magic flows from these videos into the sticks that you end up with when you're out having your own adventures. Well, I've got 15 pieces, so that isn't a bad harvest. I've got to get them all in the bundle, but it's 15. My wife is quite superstitious, and some of that's rubbed off on me, so I don't want to leave with an odd number, just because it might bring bad luck. So I'm having a look to see if there's any last minute ones I can take. It's got to be worth taking, but I think I'll just take that big one down there, just to make it 16, round it up. I don't want to bring any bad luck on myself. That cold easterly wind is really beginning to bite. And this is a little bit heavier than I usually like. I always say 10 pieces is, you know, the max if you've got heavy grade. 12 pieces of like an average harvest size. I've got 16. I'm gonna work hard.